All of us deserve the opportunity to ascend and evolve and learn and grow and accomplish.
Believe you were born to win. It's your right to win. Claim it, frame it, 'cause you were.
Being passed over for a promotion can certainly sting, but how you respond to this event can determine whether or not it becomes a stepping stone or a setback. It is very important that when something like this happens to you, now comes an opportunity for you to engage with your stakeholders in a very meaningful way if you have a constructive attitude about how this transpired. You now can use the disappointment as a chit to gain a meeting for a very serious conversation about where you stand in the organization, what might need to happen for that person to support you in a promotion, or whether or not you really have a future at that organization. Sometimes it's very easy to continue to dribble the ball at a particular organization in a particular role and never move there. Because if you're doing a reasonably good job in that seat, people may let you stay there for a number of years before they decide to move you along out of the organization. So if you've been disappointed, now you want to sit down with your key stakeholder and understand what happened. Why didn't you have their support? Or were there other decision makers that you were not aware of that did not support you? And you want to understand why. Is it that they did not have exposure to your work? Is it that your work is seen as mediocre, middle of the pack? And if that is the case, why is it seen as middle of the pack? You don't want to leave that meeting before you understand what their definition of an A looks like. Because perhaps you have been delivering a C product and nobody ever defined what a B or an A product might look like. Now's the time for you to use that disappointment and understand what that looks like. And now you want to get the commitment of that person because you want to ask the specific question. If I'm able to show you that I have the ability to deliver an A product in the next quarter, and I continue to do that for the succeeding 3 quarters, will you in fact support me? What does it take to get your support? I understand that you may not be the only decision maker, but I do believe that you will carry the ball and be able to influence other decision makers in that room. What do I need to do in order to make this an easy decision for you to support me? You want that specific question to be asked. Now, if you start to hear in that meeting that there's virtually nothing that you can do, or the organization doesn't believe that you can deliver, now you need perhaps to make a different decision about whether or not that's where you might want to invest your time. All of us deserve the opportunity to ascend and evolve and learn and grow and accomplish. And if you don't think that you have the opportunity to do that in that environment, then it's important that you found a foundation where you can deliver on that proposition for yourself as you continue to invest your hard work, your talents, and hopefully astounding contributions. Using that disappointment as currency to change the trajectory of your career is what you want to do with a constructive response to that disappointment. Go get them.